Meghan Markle here.
Today is October 4th, 2025. It is 6:09 a.m. I just finished editing whatever I recorded since the second, which was the second was what? Thursday. So let me pause for a second. That's a short video I just did for our Pfft service. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to it. YouTube decided not to monetize it, so I left it like that. Occasionally I put some stuff there, so I just did something here which I shared on Pfft, another channel that I have, and I can't really share it the way that I should be sharing it. So since this channel is not monetized and it has to do with Invictus, so I decided to put it up here so you could watch the video. This is a list that I just did. I'm gonna share with you. It's a lot, so I'm probably gonna be recording until everybody's up because it's already 6 o'clock. Regarding William Scooter, he did an interview, so I need to know what's going on. I saw it, but I was just grabbing the links so until I have time to record, so I'm not sure what it is about. And there's some other thing I just added a few minutes ago, so we'll go over that. Friday, this is some new tweets that I saw late last night, so these are that. Okay, so let's go on Twitter and see what's going on. Okay, poof. Oh, let's pause it. Poof, look at Prince William trying to be relatable with his scooter. How cute. There's a rolling eye. The monarchy is so out of touch, it's a joke. Enough with the pageantry. We need leaders who will actually fix Britain's problem. Well, I guess this is why couple days ago, I think it was Sophie, who did, no, Princess Anne, they sent to Ukraine. And that topic sort of came up while I was doing the recording, that they didn't really want him to go because he just gonna go for photo app. All right, so let's listen to this. 52 seconds, and there's other tweet that might make reference to that same video.
You know he's not prompt, and don't think I won't be bringing that up. Very excited. Note to self, bucket lists are far from predictable.
Oh my god, he looks so weird. He looks so weird. Oh my lord.
Good morning. Your Royal Highness.
Nice to see you.
This is not what I was expecting. This is your mode of transportation.
It is right here.
On the grounds?
Yeah.
I have a very low threshold for adventure, so I've actually never been on one of these.
It gets around quite nicely right now. It's quite fun.
Oh my goodness. So that was that. Let's see here. Oh, that's from Apple TV. Oh, since that came to mind, the other day I posted something on my community board. I don't think I have the link here. Let me pause and go search for it. All right, so it was this post that I posted. When was that? Well, almost a day ago. Regarding Netflix. Elon Musk is telling his followers to cancel Netflix subscription. Here's what happened. So the link is in the description. No, well, not in this video because I'm not gonna read the article or anything. I just wanted to point this out because of that last clip I saw at where is it? At the end of that particular video clip that I just shared with you of Apple TV. And I think what happened is that the meeting that Trump had with this guy on that scooter. Okay, they're trying to, I guess Netflix is not bending the knee to the nonsense, the shenanigan that going on in the US. So they're telling people to not subscribe to Netflix. Alright, I think this is their doing as well. Okay, but let's continue with this. Actually, it's not about being relatable. He always uses an electric scooter to get around Windsor Castle. I've seen him do it. No crowds, no cameras, no gimmick. So how did you see it then? How did you see it then? To show you this is what he's doing. As anyone will know, if they did a bit of effing research, love. Of course he's on a scooter. Why walk when taxpayers fund your joyride? He looks dorky. I know. This one I cannot share it. YouTube have flagged me so many times. I'm telling you, my channels are under a freaking microscope. We do not need members of this parasite, out of touch, arrogant, privileged, entitled family as national leaders. Okay, there's that. By now, you guys probably have seen it. They're showing you the difference between Harry's agility against this one. Lazy Doolittle, PR stunt not working, cameras are waiting. I would have thought that the hardest time of his life was losing his mother. His wife had precancerous cells and his father is not terminally ill. He's in treatment, but his mother was taken away from them both. Okay, I don't know what he said. I didn't watch the thing. Okay, whatever's here, bottom up. How embarrassing. Did he ride past his helicopter on the way in? If this is supposed to be humor for the purpose of the TV program, it's not. It's cringe. William keeps his guests waiting. William keeps his guests waiting. That's rude. Should be other way around. All stage PR that makes the leftover monarchy a global laughingstock. As a British citizen, please abolish the monarchy. They released some pap pics a few months ago of him on the scooter. Yeah, I did see it. Okay, I imagine Mr. Levy doesn't read the gossip rabs. Apparently, he hardly knew where he was going from one episode to the next of this show. It's giving, please say I'm cool like my brother. Wonder how long the policeman on duty had to wait by the arch for the man boy to come through. Waste of public money. Why do they have guard on the idiot? He never had enough people around him to be in danger. Okay, I would have thought that the hardest time of his... Okay, so that's the one I just read. Let's go to the next one. Okay, it's making reference to the scooter. I don't know if there's a video. Yeah, I think there's a video, but I don't know if it's the same thing. Okay, it's the same thing. I'm not gonna read it again. I'm not gonna let it play again. Thank goodness the camera was on the archway and not one of the actors at the key moment. Gullibility is a choice. Alright, so that's him coming.
Predict.
Let's pause this. Oh my god, the squad already doing this. I can't believe this. Oh wow, such a modern future monarch. Riding through his portcullis on his e-scooter. My portcullis. And the fact that he had to be prompted by a question to mention his grandparents. But of course, he had 4 or 5 grandparents. William needs to give it up. Stop trying. He'll never be as cool as Harry. Let's see. Did they put the music? Let's see. No, they didn't put that music. It's gonna be screenshot in between, okay?
Get up! Note to self. Bucket lists are far from predictable.
Yeah! Go to the fence! Yeah!
Oh my goodness.
Go to the fence! Yeah! Love you, brother!
You're a royal
Yeah! Hey! Yeah! Move your shoulder! Yeah! Nice! Thank you! Keep going!
Note to self. Bucket lists are far from predictable.
Alright, so how's that? Oh dear, it's a bit naff really. I've had myself drop off in a vintage 70s Jaguar or driven myself in. The e-scooter? It was so pathetic, really probably had to do several takes to get it right. What the Jeff is this? Does Eggy know how lame and uncool he is? He should have been waiting in front where the guy, whoever's gonna interview him, waiting for him to come. But instead, like one of the comments says, it's the other way around. Let me pause. I have another thing that's happening on my other computer. Alright, so I just upload a couple things here. Let's go back on, where is it? X. Where was I? Did I finish with this? Does Eggy know how lame and uncool he is? It still isn't swirling in the warm California sunshine. Let him pretend he's got nothing else. Pathetic farce. I'm not surprised coming from him. Alright, let's go to the next one. It's like embarrassment after embarrassment. I don't know why he's trying to compete with his brother. There are so many important things to do, especially at his level. I don't know why he's focusing on his brother. Alright, so let's pause this. Prince William is the biggest hypocrite. Does he not understand that the media is just as insatiable now, probably even more so, just in a different way? I mean, he's part of it. He's giving them nonsense to write about. I don't know why he cannot understand that. It's almost like when Harry was telling him that he got the green light for the Invictus, and then he got upset, and then Harry said something like they're still competing since they were a kid or something like that. You know, you got a wife, you got a kid, and there he is like, that should be the life for William, to be happy. And then meanwhile, at that time, Meghan was not in Harry's life. He was like, there's me, I'm just eating on top of my father's sink.
First step would be pitching the Royal Foundation board, which oversaw my charitable projects and Willie's and Kate's. It was our foundation, so I told myself, no problem. Also, the calendar was on my side. This was early summer 2013. Willie and Kate, weeks from having their first child, were going to be out of commission for a while. The foundation, therefore, didn't have any projects in the pipeline. Its roughly £7 million was just sitting there, doing nothing. And if these international warrior games worked, they'd enhance the foundation's profile, which would energize donors and replenish the foundation's accounts many times over. There'd be that much more to go around when Willie and Kate came back full-time, so I was feeling supremely confident in the days leading up to my pitch. But when the actual day came, not so much. I realized how badly I wanted this for the soldiers and their families, and if I'm being honest, for myself. And this sudden attack of nerves kept me from being at my best. Still, I got through it, and the board said yes. Thrilled, I reached out to Willie, expecting him to be thrilled as well. He was sorely irritated. He wished I'd run all this by him first. My assumption, I said, was that other people had done so. He complained that I'd be using up all the funds in the Royal Foundation. That's absurd, I spluttered. I was told only a £500,000 grant would be needed to get the games going, a fraction of the foundation's money. Besides, it was coming from the Endeavour Fund, an arm of the foundation I'd created specifically for veterans' recovery. The rest would come from donors and sponsors. What was going on here, I wondered. Then I realized, my God, sibling rivalry. I put a hand over my eyes. Had we not got past this yet? The whole heir versus spare thing? Wasn't it a bit late in the day for that tired childhood dynamic? But even if it wasn't, even if Willie insisted on being competitive, on turning our brotherhood into some kind of private Olympiad, hadn't he built up an insurmountable lead? He was married, with a baby on the way, while I was eating takeaway alone over the sink. Pa's sink. I still lived with Pa. Game over, man. You win.
And you're upset about, it's like he can't really put things in perspective. I don't know. Phew, my goodness. Does he think we forgot he sacrificed Meghan, his family member, to the media to get better press for himself? He doesn't understand, reluctant traveler. Let's see here. As he talks to Levy in a pub in Windsor, William says, quote, growing up, I saw that with my parents. The media were so insatiable back then. And if you let that creep in, the damage it can do to your family life is something that I vow will never happen to my family. But you will allow it to happen to your brother's family. I don't know. There's a different universe, a different dimension that he lives in. He doesn't understand. This is why Harry needs to keep that space going on, because the amount of therapy this guy needs to understand reality is gonna take a lot, because I don't think he understands a damn thing. Okay, I still have a cold. My voice sounds weird. Let's all pray the tabloid will start freely talk about him. There's a pray here. Really? This looks small. Really? Who was it who spoke to Oprah, gave endless interviews talking about their most private family business, and wrote book being disloyal to his family? Speaking about your experience in your own word, it's not the same as using anonymous sources to brief false stories to tabloid about your family member. Hope this helped. There's me. That's 6 response. Did Charles write a book slagging off his parents? Yeah. Alright, so that's me here. Will, is that you? Let me put that upside down. Okay, Will, is that you? You mean to tell me you don't understand why the Oprah interview was conducted? You and your brother definitely need space. Alright, so that's that. I don't even think I need to. There's all of this, the squad are putting receipt. Then Charles write a book slagging off his parents. Tim shipment outed. And an article published by the Times. William conclusion with tabloid against Harry and Meghan by encouraging them to write negative articles about the couple. Daily Mirror published said in court that stories about Harry came from members of the royal family. I mean, it's not a secret anymore. You could pause and read these. There's more. It's like, my goodness. Let me just, there's more receipts than what I just said here. Let me black this one. Let's go to the next one. William doesn't understand. Oh, there's more receipt. Okay? God, he's such a hypocrite. Alright, that's him with the Murdoch. Meanwhile, Harry's suing them. And he's cozying up with them. He's a direct source to the tabloid, so that's why he doesn't think they are as insatiable now. He vowed it will never happen to his family, meaning him and his kids, and to ensure that the offer up Harry and Meghan and their kids and also born. Yet he fed news to the media so they could hound his brother. He only cares about the Wales and their global image. I mean, he's making it look bad for his kids. And this is why I keep on saying, those boys of his, any woman who marry them, I don't wish anything ill on them. But if they're not teaching them any different, and those women who decided to get proximity to them, that's all I'm going to say. No, because he is protected works. With them, allow his team to attack his brother and wife in exchange for better press for himself. Idiot. My goodness. Next tweet. Alright, still making reference. I think that's about the scooter. Don't fall for William's attempt to use Harry's name to promote his lame interview. I've created an archive link so you can read that instead. Willie knows he's not liked and is trying to rehabilitate his image writing on Harry's global profile. Okay, Prince William makes rare comment about Prince Harry and new TV appearance. Let's see here. I'm just gonna focus on the tweet. Willie knows that his future as king is collapsing. Then Gen Z's etal don't give a F about the monarchy. He's beginning to see his jealousy and hate of has destroyed him. He's trying to save face without do the effing hard work. There's that. I couldn't agree more. But the change the promise to Harry he reneged on was the backstabbing to the press. He will do no difference than what is done now. Willie done the most horrible things to Harry and is still doing so. He thinks he can gaslight the public into forgetting that. That man baby knows nobody. I'm telling you, the squad, every time that comes to mind, I have to give it to the original. Okay? Not me. I'm not part of that. The original squad is who, the moment Meghan was being hounded by the press, they were at it, defending her. So those squaddies, give us, tap yourself in the back for doing that. Otherwise, I would not know. Well, I would eventually know because I was reading, occasionally when I see something, different headlines like the article that I just shared with you regarding the Elon Musk telling people not to, about Netflix, whatever. So when I see headlines like these, okay, I'll read and process things. Okay, it's not like I'm sitting behind my computer. I can't wait until Elon or Netflix does something. No, I see a headline. If it attracts me, I'll click on it. Okay, and then process it. So that's how I was seeing those headlines about Meghan the moment she married into the institution. Marry Harry. But it was consistent, and it got me thinking. All right, I was like, there's no way. So the original squatties who saw and spotted it and then, start the pushing back, these are the one I'm giving the shout out to. That the man baby knows nobody will care what he says or did unless he mentioned Harry's name. He is doing what the Daily Mail does every day, insert Harry and Meghan's name in every article they publish so people click on it. Exactly. What did that wet fart says? Let's see here. Okay, so there's the... Okay, right here. One thing he wants to be different when he takes the throne, William says, is, quote, I hope we don't go back to some of the practices in the past that Harry and I had to grow up with. But actually, William is making what Charles did to Diana even worse. Then again, he even tell the tabloid that when he stand in front of the public to say about his mother paranoid.
It is my view that the deceitful way the interview was obtained substantially influenced what my mother said. The interview was a major contribution to making my parents' relationship worse and has since hurt countless others. It brings indescribable sadness to know that the BBC's failures contributed significantly to her fear, paranoia, and isolation that I remember from those final years with her.
He's even worse than his father. Let's see here. Thanks. Okay, he is going to milk that one word about Harry for the whole interview, isn't it? All right, perfect. I've resisted so far. Thank you. There's that. Summarize for us. That's the point thing here. One thing he wants to be different. It takes the throne. Okay, so that's the same thing I just did. I just read. Okay, so there's that. Let's move on to the next one. While editing, and I saw this, and I thought that was very interesting. William is desperate for Harry to submit to him. He feels publicly humiliated by Harry not declaring how much he misses his brother. William is looking really ill these days. He knows he has effed up. He better start practicing his apology to Harry. Well, everything that you see Harry's going through, it's either him or his father who created or men in gray suit. Okay? If he had stood by his brother, even if men in gray suit were the one who started up implanting nonsense into his head to backstab his brother, he should have stood up for his brother and said, no, I'm not gonna do that. Or speak to his brother privately and bring certain situation up and discuss it and get Harry's point of view on the situation. But instead, I don't think he understands his position where people around him, okay, not only probably want his position, and they're dividing the brother. All right, the brother, Harry, was too smart for the institution, and they know how dumb he is, and they train him to be that way so they could manipulate him. They inflated his head with BS, and he bought it. He thought that he was the best thing that ever happened probably to the planet of this earth. Okay, so he went and did what he did to his brother, and then he expect his brother to accept the mistreatment, unnecessary mistreatment that he put on his brother, on Harry. All right, so yeah, I sort of agree with this, but I don't think he understands, and I don't know if he's willing to change or if he's willing to go to therapy. And I've said this from the get-go. If he's gonna get therapy, it cannot be from someone in the UK. It has to be someone outside of the country. There's no attachment with the UK or the institution, because the people in the UK seems to bow down to those people. All right? It's almost like if he goes to therapy and he's telling his problem, and then he's gonna tell the therapist how to treat him. Okay? Instead, if he goes outside of the country, nobody cares who the fuck he is, and then they will tell him exactly like it is, whether he like it or not. All right, so let's get back to the original recording. Now, even Jeremy Vine, some of the clips that I've shared this past week, They're not holding back. All right, next tweet. Prince William mentioned Prince Harry. Prince William, I hope we don't go back to some of the practices in the past that Harry and I had to grow up in. Yet, he had no problem breaking the promise he and Harry made so that he could use some of those past practice on Prince Harry. Prince William breaks silence on Prince Harry. George won't grow up the same. Prince William and Prince Harry reportedly haven't seen eye to eye for a long time following the very shocking comments Harry made about his brother William and his memoir. When was that? Okay, so that's recently. It's an interesting question, and it's a big question, that one, because there's a lot of things to think about with that, but obviously I want to create a world in which my son is proud of what we do, a world and a job that actually does impact people's lives for the better. These are words of solid. But his majority of his time is looking at what his brothers is doing. And how many kids does he have? Why he said only son? Does he have 2 sons? What about the daughter? That is caveated with, I hope we don't go back to some of the practices in the past that Harry and I had to grow up in, and I'll do everything I can to make sure we don't regress in that situation. When Eugene added that the monarchy will be shifting in a slight different direction, William added, quote, I think it's safe to say that change is on my agenda, change for good, and I embrace that and I enjoy that change. I don't fear it. Okay, that's the bit that excites me, is the idea of being able to bring some. Okay, so that was that. Alright, so that's another headline. Prince Harry says Prince William broke their vow to never pit offices against each other. Heartbreaking. The Duke of Sussex said that to remove a negative media story about a member of the royal family, staff will, quote, trade and give you something about someone else's principle. That was back in 2022. It's very sad. Prince Harry says that his older brother, Prince William, broke a vow between them about never turning their office against one another. In episode 4 of his and his wife Meghan Markle new Netflix docuseries, Harry and Meghan, the Duke of Sussex touches on the 2020 report that bullying led to the couple's decision to step back from royal life, and the subsequent statement that was released without his permission, he claimed. About the press, Prince Harry said, there's leaking, but there's also planting of sorts. So if the comms team want to be able to remove a negative story about their principal, they will trade and give you something about someone else's principal. So the offices ended up working against each other. That is very sad. According to Harry, there's a weird understanding or acceptance that happened, in which you can always say, I didn't know about this, or don't be ridiculous, this will never happen. Are you suggesting that I condone this? It's like, no. But what am I asking is, have you done anything to stop it? And the answer is no. Well, there's a quote here. Continue. William and I both saw what happened in our dad's King Charles office, and we made an agreement that we will never let that happen in our office. And he ended up doing exactly that. Prince Harry went on to say he will rather get destroyed in the press than play along with this game or this business of trading. To see my brother's office copy the very same thing that we promised the two of us will never do, that was heartbreaking. Prince Harry also said there was this wedge created between myself and my brother, so he is now on the institution side. Part of that I get, that is his inheritance. To some extent that is already ingrained in him. That part of his responsibility is the survivability and continuation of the institution. Can't get enough of it. Okay, so that's that. I remember him saying that. Yeah, William did Harry wrong.
Much of the negativity towards the couple is coming from within the royal family. The royal family and staff of the royal family are the ones that are very often leaking these stories to the press.
Have been, as we know, is that the Mail on Sunday had the ruling against them in February, and they were then appealing it. So it was lawyers from the Mail on Sunday who would have approached Jason Naff, knowing that these emails and messages existed. That would have been the point, unless, I mean, the most likely outcome is that Jason obviously would have then gone to William and Kate, and clearly he has cooperated. He would not have cooperated with those lawyers without their definite knowledge.
I read all of this. They came. And his sister-in-law Megan, and he's still using them on his brother Harry and sister-in-law Megan. To see my brother office copy the very same thing that we promised the two of us will never do. That was heartbreaking. Okay, I read that already. He's a damn weird, talking about being part of a job he's never done and won't do as king. Okay, I won't like to be one of his children. Maybe his kids will put him in his place. I don't know, probably the young one. But he will have let his niece and nephew grow up like that to protect his own kids. Look at how the hissy fit for 2 whole weeks in the press after Harry's visit. Hypocrite. Hypocrisy. It's gonna be interesting when those kids read Spare, because they absolutely will. William will probably move the tabloid into one of the castles so he can plant lies daily. You never know. You probably already have a little office for them. Look what's happened. You know what? Let me not bring it up. Next tweet. When Harry practically begged to see his father because he doesn't know how much time he had left, he was blasted in the media. When William talked about what he's going to do when he's king, while the actual king is very much alive, he's held as a visionary. Oh my goodness. Prince William is planning a major monarchy shakeup analysis by, that's the person here. This dude, LOL. How many ways can William say he's a horrible person? I'm telling you, isn't it sickening to talk about when he is king when his father is still alive? He's gonna be a whizzing around on his 2-wheel scooter making changes. There's the laugh here. I've never seen and read so much garbage. However, the Scooter video gave me a right belly laugh. He looked like a absolute tosser. Alright, Harry got criticized for saying he doesn't know how long his father has got, but William talks about when he's king while his father is still alive, and that's okay. Hypocrites, the lot of them. That family is deeply dysfunctional and sadistic. I think so too. When I say evil vision over there, that's exactly that. Okay, he could start by returning the duchy to the nation in entirety and demanding that he and his family be excused from being head of state anywhere. When was that? I was talking about something where they should make a deal with the public and start exiting themselves, because if the people are chasing them out, where are they gonna stay? Because it seems like, because they go around the world to spread their hate and so many people are aware of them, I don't know if there will be another country who want them. Okay, the same thing that they did to, was it Romanovs or something from Russia? First the king said yes, he could come, and then when the people start saying look how horrible he was, the Romanovs, okay, and then the king changed his mind. So just think of that. It's like, I'm telling you, I don't think they read history. Let me pause for a second. Actually, I think I'm gonna stop here. I'm already 30 minutes. I'll do one more. Let me pause for a second. I need to check something. So I'm making this
public. I was just doing that. Public, everything is done. And I need to upload another one on Pfft. Alright, so now I'm on Pfft. This is the next one. I finished them this a few minutes ago before I started this is the video. So now I need to go turn off my other computer, because the other computer was rendering that while I'm recording this. Alright, so everything is good. I just made it public. A lot of things have been done since I paused.
Okay, back to this. Where was I? Let me read what's there and then that's it. He could start by returning the duchy. Okay, I think I read this. Let's go to the next tweet. Next tweet. Oh, I think I said I was gonna stop, and then I don't know, when I'm editing I'll figure it out. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm doing so many things. Alright, this will be the last one for this video. We know, William, you are nothing like your mother and father. You aren't charming, loving, and charismatic like your mother. You're not a hard worker like your father. I won't be like my ma and pa. I'm glad he's differentiate himself. He ain't close to be comparing to Ma and Pa. Ma was people's princess with such a graceful, warm aura. Pa has his own faults, but he never backstabbed his own mother, okay, like really his own Pa, while waiting for the crown, and he actually worked, done his duty. Willie is trying to up his international profile. It will help if he had some charisma or interesting personality. The way the things are evolving globally, maybe it is shaping out for him to fit in, okay, in terms of politically. But there's gonna be pushback. And if he had worked with his brother, you know, his brother could have helped him. Here we are. Whatever's on the screen, I'm with you on this. Charles worked his ass off. You notice how he changed the Prince's trust to the King's trust. He didn't want Willie to trash his life's work. Is Ma Diana or Camilla? That's a good point. Neither were they. None of them are charismatic or charming. OMG. He said this? He could never walk in his mother's shoes. How dare he? I thought Harry's unforgivable sin was writing and commenting against the royal family. So why is William is being honored and praised for it? Willie is trying to up his international profile. It will help if he had some charisma or an interesting personality. Alright, so this is the end of this video. Alright, I'm gonna start a new one. And I think it's making reference to the scooter still, but I just want to keep it 30 minutes. Let me see. This will be the next tweet. Okay, so that will be the next tweet. Thank you for watching. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that's it. I'm going to go to video number 2.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.